Good morning, everybody. It's kind of a recap on what all is going on today, or what's going on with the whole amputation. Um, Kind of a recap on going from where I started off to how I'm doing right now. Um, so let's see here just a second. So then, let's see here. So this whole thing started out um just as a little lump on my foot, or not on my foot, on my leg, um, and then turned into a little bit bigger of a lump on my leg. And then we finally, after a week or two of it, starting to be a little stubborn and stuff. So I'd go get checked out, then come find out it was cancer. Then for a few weeks, we're trying to get a second opinion and stuff like that, and then we finally got actually 2 to 3 opinions. Um, and then after that, we finally decided, or then we finally got going on figuring out what to do with it, and then we finally I found a place to go get an amputation done. So we got that done finally, and now it is, I think it's like 7 days after amputation. Let me check here. 8? Oh, oh, learned from my mom. It's my 8th day after amputation today, and I will be actually doing a video later on today of pulling the what was it called? Pulling the nerve blocks out of my leg today. So that'll be interesting, and see how that goes. And then yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I'm not quite nervous about pulling them out. Pulling them out, I'm sure it won't be that much. It'll be like the IV. Hurts more going into my arm than it did coming out of my arm. But it's more of the fact that it's supposed to be blocking pain. So it will be interesting to see. Hopefully all that pain is gonna stay down and stuff. And we'll go from there. So for those of you who haven't seen my amputation yet, or this will be a more of an update of the ones that have. Let's see here. Here on the rolling cart. This is it right here. I have a little brace on it. So then the braces, so then it doesn't get locked up where the knee's bent and all that stuff. It's honestly, I never really had any pain through this whole surgery and everything. It's been, yeah, there's been a little bit off and on, but not very much. They had me getting up, going to the bathroom and stuff about an hour to 2 hours after surgery. So that it was interesting, and I got released like a day or two after. They were actually thinking about not even 24 hours after my surgery to release me. I told them, well, I think I'm just gonna wait and see how it exactly goes, just to make sure everything is okay, and just to keep eye on everything. But yeah, so that's about where we're at right now. Nothing too much. You see in the background, that thing doesn't try to roll off. Right here, I got my CV going, and you got my dad helped put a tripod up on the house, and we got the antenna up and got the CB going. But I need to test the. Oh, I don't know where they went. Oh, they're underneath there. See if I grab it. There you go. I got this little guy right here off of eBay to test how many watts it. Wrong end. How many watts you're putting out, your modulation or your voice going through the mic and out the antenna, and then your SWR, which it's like some kind of reflection of it. Our SWR stands for standing wave radio, but it's to test whatever the like going out of the antenna, reflecting off something coming back through the antenna, which if you have too much of it, it can hurt your radio. So I can get that testing supposedly on the other radio I got here. It was at about a 2, which it's decent, but it's still pretty high. It's still not good for the radio. But I'll be getting, actually that's today. I'll be getting a extension, a small cord, about 2 foot. I'll be putting on the back of the radio here and hooking onto that and seeing how my modulation and everything is. This radio has a modulation meter and a RF signal and stuff like that meter. That's about all it has. It doesn't have a SWR. My other one has SWR but doesn't have modulation. So it works pretty good. And I'll probably see if I do a video on doing that so I can show you guys what I mean. But be doing that later on, and then also be doing a video on pulling these things out, the nerve blocks out. But yeah, not too much has happened. Later on, I'm thinking about doing a video on all the medicine I'm taking for this thing, like the nerve medicine, the pain medicine, all that stuff. I actually had to add one because I was having what's the name of it? Side effects from one of them. Honestly, I can't wait to get off of these medicines. Our family isn't really the kind to be being on medicines, I guess you could say it. We kind of make our own. My mom makes our own medicines out of stuff like like herbs and stuff like that. They've worked for us. So this is the first time in a while that I've actually gone and used medicine from the doctors and stuff like that. So but yeah, I can't wait to get off of them. Yeah, the side effects is like your whole face gets all cold and clammy and your head hurts. So that's why I gotta have another medicine to counteract that. So yeah, that's just a pain. Can't wait to get rid of that. But yeah, I've had a couple folks come by. That's been real nice. I've seen a couple folks here and there. There's some that's brought us food and some that's I don't have anything here. But actually, there's one right there. I'm actually a part of. Well, I'm still technically. I haven't done anything with them in a while, but I'm part of the West End Fire here where I live. They brought me. Second, let me move. They brought me that has a bunch of cookies and canned chocolates and all that stuff. So that was awesome. So you need to hunt down whoever brought them and tell them thanks. But yeah, so not dad and my grandma and grandpa brought me a little plaque. It's hidden back there behind the radio somewhere. And then another person from my church came by and they brought me a thing with a bunch of candies and stuff, and I've had a couple other folks bring me like candies, and there's some that brought me like coloring books and stuff like that, so that's been really awesome and stuff. But yeah, so it's been interesting. with this whole thing. Hopefully soon begin. Well, it sounds like in a couple of weeks I'll be getting a prosthetic and all that stuff, so that'll be nice. And I'll be doing that. That'll be nice. Be able to get around. I'm using a walker at the moment. Helps a lot. It's a lot for me. It's a lot more steady than a lot more stable than a walker, and it's a lot easier to get around with than a wheelchair. So yeah, it works pretty good. Got my little bed here. It's basically a medical bed, or whatever you want to call it. Has a remote for making the head and legs go up and down, and then we set up a little, I guess you could call it like a theater type deal right here. Has a TV on the stand with I have a JBL sound bar with the surround sound feature, or whatever you call it. Stuff like that, and just little things here and there just set up right here. And but yeah, so I forgot to drink my coffee. Mom made me some coffee this morning. That's better. But yeah, I think that's about it. Started out that little lump, turned into figuring out it's cancer, and then now I'm here with a non-footed leg. Oh, and my uncle's actually a mortician, and we are working on the process of getting my foot back so we can figure out what to do with that. I have a couple ideas, but I have no clue yet. They'll be figuring out that pretty soon. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Once we figure out what we're gonna do with it, I'm probably gonna do a video on saying what we're gonna do. But yeah, we'll see how that goes, and we'll go from there. But yeah, so that'll be nice. And then I do have a couple ideas, but yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, so I think that'll be about wrapping it up right now. I'll be doing another video later on today, or actually here pretty soon, on pulling these nerve blocks out, and I think that'll be it for today. I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll see how it goes. I haven't put out a video in a little bit, so try and get on top of doing that more often. But yeah, been interesting. But yeah, so if you guys like the video, go ahead and like, subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you guys on the next video, and